జై గురుదేవమ్మ. సారీ. ప్రేయర్ చేద్దాం. गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णुः गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरः गुरुसाक्षात् परब्रह्म तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः। अखण्डमण्डलाकारं व्याप्तं येन चराचरं तत्पदं दर्शितं येन तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः। योगेन चित्तस्य पदेन वाचा मलं शरीरस्य च वैद्यकेन योपाकरोत्तं प्रवरं मुनीनां पतञ्जलिं प्राञ्जलिरानतोऽस्मि। जय गुरुदेव।
పడుకోవానే
Let's start. Palm. Ankle rotation. Anti-clockwise. Up, down. Left leg. Up, down. Knee rotation. Anti-clockwise. Hip rotation. Anti-clockwise. Sides. Hands rotation forward. Backward. alternate hands, shoulders, backward, up, down, neck rotation slowly, anti-clockwise, twist, right, left, right, left, right, left, right, left, bend, right, left, right, left, right, left, up, 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 relax. రెండు కాళ్ళ మధ్యలో కొద్దిగా గ్యాప్ తీసుకోండి. అలాగే మూవింగ్ త్రికోణాసనం, రిలాక్స్. త్రికోణాసన, one leg length, 2 turn the ankle, 3 stretch, bend, 4 5 6 stretch, bend, 7 8 పార్శ్వ కోణాసన, 1 2 turn the right ankle, 3 stretch, bend, 5 6 7 8 9. Veerabhadrasana. 1, 2. Turn the right ankle and hip. 3. Namaskara. 4. Asanasthi. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Natarajasana. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's do Surya Namaskara. Namaskara position. Mat mundugu undandi. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Namaskara position. Close your eyes and observe yourself. One more time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Close your eyes and observe yourself. 1, 2, 3, 4, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Close your eyes and observe yourself. One more time and last time. 1, 3, 4, 5, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. ఒకసారి పాద హస్తాసనం చేద్దాం. పాద హస్తాసనం. Silent. 1, 2, ఇప్పుడు రెండు చేతులు మోకాళ్ళ వెనుకకు చేతులు తీసుకెళ్ళండి. తలను సాధ్యమైనంత గట్టిగా లోపలికి బెండ్ చేయండి. వెనుక నుంచి చేతులు పెట్టి గట్టిగా నొక్కేయండి. నెమ్మదిగా గాలి తీసుకుంటూ పైకి లేవండి. గాలి వదిలేసి రిలాక్స్. Lay down in Shavasana. Shavasana. Relax in Shavasana. Observe yourself. Ardha Sarvangasana. Sarvangasana. చూద్దాం ముందు అర్ధ సర్వాంగాసన. నెమ్మదిగా గాలి తీసుకుంటూ 2 కాళ్ళు జత చేసి ఫోల్డ్ చేయకుండా పైకెత్తి అప్. ఇప్పుడు నెమ్మదిగా కాళ్ళను వెనక్కి తీసుకెళ్ళి నడుమును పైకెత్తే ఉపాయం చేయండి. 2 చేతులు సపోర్ట్ తీసుకోవాలి ప్రణీత్ గారు. అలా సపోర్ట్ తీసుకోవాలి. ఓకే, ఓకే, వచ్చేస్తుంది. ఇప్పుడు పాదాలను సరి చేయండి. కాళ్ళను వెనక్కి తీసుకొని రండి మీ నడుము వైపు. ఓకే, ఐ విల్ షో యూ. నెమ్మదిగా ఇప్పుడు చూడండి. సార్ అందరూ శవాసనం నుంచి బయటకు వచ్చి కూర్చోండి. సార్ చూడండి, సర్వాంగాసనం ఒక్క టెక్నిక్ పాటిస్తే ఈజీగా వచ్చేస్తుంది. మీకు ఇలా కనబడదేమో, ఇలాగైతే కనబడ. ముందుగా 2 కాళ్ళను జత చేసి పైకి ఇక్కడ ఉన్న తర్వాత నెమ్మదిగా కాళ్ళను వెనక్కి తీసుకెళ్తే నరం పైకి లేస్తుంది. ఇక్కడ సపోర్ట్. తర్వాత కాళ్ళను నడుము వైపు తీసుకొని వచ్చి స్ట్రైట్ గా పెట్టాలి. మీ బొట్టన వెళ్ళాలి, మీరు చూస్తూ ఉండాలి. కాళ్ళు బొట్టన చేతులు ఈ విధంగా సపోర్ట్ తీసుకోవాలి. తర్వాత దించేటప్పుడు కూడా నెమ్మదిగా కాళ్ళను వెనక్కి తీసుకెళ్ళి నడుమును నెమ్మదిగా దించాలి. దించేటప్పుడు తల పైకి లేవద్దు. అలా స్లోలీ డౌన్. కాళ్ళను ఒకసారి చూడండి. సపోర్ట్ తీసుకోవాల్సింది ఇట్లా తీసుకోవాలి. ఇలా సపోర్ట్ తీసుకుంటే మీ వేళ్ళు వెనుక వైపు కనుక ఉండేది ఉంటే కరెక్ట్ గా సపోర్ట్. ఈ భుజాలు మొత్తం కంప్లీట్ గా నేల మీద ఆని ఉండేది ఉంటే ఈ యాంగిల్ షేప్ ఉండి ఈ ట్రయాంగిల్ షేప్ వస్తుంది. ట్రయాంగిల్ షేప్ ఏం చేస్తుంది అంటే మిమ్మల్ని వెనక్కి పడిపోకుండా ఆపేస్తుందండి. అట్లా ఒక్కసారి ప్రయత్నం చేయండి. ఓకే, లే డౌన్ ఇన్ శవాసన. రెండు చేతులు శరీరానికి ఇరువైపులా గట్టిగా బోర్లించి పెట్టండి. మో చేతుల వరకు బోర్లించి ఉండాలి. ఇక్కడ మోచేయి నుంచి భుజాల నుంచి ఇక్కడ వరకు నేల కానదు. రైట్. ఇప్పుడు 2 కాళ్ళు జత చేసి పైకెత్తండి, ఫోల్డ్ చేయకుండా. ఓకే, ఇప్పుడు నెమ్మదిగా కాళ్ళను వెనక్కి తీసుకెళ్ళండి. అట్నే కాళ్ళను వెనక్కి తీసుకెళ్ళండి. ఇప్పుడు చేతులతో సపోర్ట్ తీసుకొని అట్నే పైకెత్తండి. వెరీ గుడ్, వెరీ గుడ్, వెరీ గుడ్. ఇప్పుడు కాళ్ళను సరి చేయండి ప్రణీత్ గారు. ఇంకొంచెం, ఇంకొంచెం. ఓకే, ఓకే, ఇనఫ్, ఇనఫ్, సరిపోతుంది లేదు. స్లోగా మెల్లగా నడుముని కింది దించేయండి. స్లోలీ. మీరు అట్లా తల పైకి లేవద్దు, నెమ్మదిగా దించాలి. ఓకే, ఓకే, నో ప్రాబ్లం. కానీ నెమ్మదిగా దించే ప్రయత్నం చేయండి. స్లోలీ డౌన్. ఇప్పుడు దించేటప్పుడు చివరి స్టెప్ లో థర్డ్ స్టెప్, ఫస్ట్ స్టెప్ పైన ఉంటుంది, సెకండ్ స్టెప్ కొంచెం డౌను, థర్డ్ స్టెప్ ఇంకొంచెం డౌను. ఆ చివరికి ఇంకొక 6 ఇంచెస్ ఉన్నది అనంగా అక్కడ కొద్దిసేపు ఆపండి. మీ స్టమక్ మీద, మీ బెల్లీ ఫ్యాట్ మీద చాలా మంచి ప్రెషర్ పడుతుంది. యూ కెన్ ఫీల్ దట్. ఇట్స్ వెరీ టఫ్. ఓకే, డౌన్. రిలాక్స్, రిలాక్స్ ఇన్ శవాసన. నావాసన. రెండు చేతులు జత చేసి పెట్టండి, రెండు కాళ్ళు జత చేసి ఉంచి గాలి తీసుకుంటూ పైకి లేవండి. మీ తల ఎంత లేస్తుందో కాళ్ళు కూడా అంతే పైకి లేపండి. తలను కొంచెం వెనక్కి తీసుకెళ్ళండి, కొద్దిగా వెనక్కి. మీ దృష్టి మాత్రం మీ వేళ్ళ మీద, కాలి వేళ్ళ మీద ఉండాలి. తల మాత్రం కొంచెం కరెక్ట్ ఒక స్ట్రైట్ లైన్ లో ఉండాలి. ఓకే, డౌన్. ఇప్పుడు చూడండి, ఈ చైన్ చూడండి. ఇక్కడ నుంచి ఇక్కడ వరకు మన హెడ్ అనుకుందాం, ఇక్కడ నుంచి ఇక్కడ వరకు మన పాదాలు అనుకుందాం. ఈ సీటు భాగం మాత్రమే నేల మీద ఆని ఉండాలి. హెడ్ నుంచి ఇక్కడ కంప్లీట్ బటక్ వరకు ఒకటే సింగిల్ స్ట్రైట్ లైన్, ఇట్లా ఒక సింగిల్ లైన్ ఉండాలి. మళ్ళీ అక్కడ బటక్స్ నుంచి పాదాల వరకు ఇంకొక లైన్ ఉండాలి. ఇట్లా ఉండాలంట మొత్తం కంప్లీట్ గా కలిపి. ఇలా ఉంటే మనకు కరెక్ట్ గా ఆ ఆసన స్థితి అనేది వస్తుంది. అప్పుడు కరెక్ట్ బెల్లీ ఫ్యాట్ మీద ప్రెషర్ పడి అక్కడ ఉన్నటువంటి వేస్టేజ్ అంతా కరిగిపోతుంది. ఓకే, మళ్ళీ ఒకసారి చేద్దాం. ట్రై. జాయిన్ యువర్ లెగ్స్ అప్. పాదాలు చాలా ఎక్కువ ఎత్తు లేస్తా ఉంటాయి, కానీ ఎక్కువ ఎత్తు లేపకండి. తల ఎంత లేస్తుందో పాదాలు అంతే లేపండి. కొంచెం హెడ్ బ్యాక్ చేయండి ప్రణీత్ గారు. చూడండి, దృష్టి మాత్రం అక్కడే ఉండాలి. రైట్. రిలాక్స్, రిలాక్స్. టర్న్ టు మకరాసన. మకరాసన. టర్న్ టు మకరాసన. భుజంగాసన. రెండు కాళ్ళు జత చేసి పెట్టండి, రెండు అరచేతులు భుజాల కింద ఉంచండి. నెమ్మదిగా గాలి తీసుకుంటూ పైకి లేవండి. పూర్తిగా చేతులను స్ట్రెచ్ చేయకండి, చేతులు శరీరానికి ఆంచే ఉంచండి. సాధ్యమైనంత పైకి చూడండి. ఇంకొంచెం లేవచ్చు ప్రణీత్ గారు, తల పైకి. ఓకే, డౌన్, డౌన్. రిలాక్స్. Let's do again. Down. Shalabhasana. Place your palms under your thighs. Turn your head right side. Slowly raise your right leg without fold. మీ దృష్టి పైకి లేచినటువంటి పాదం మీద ఉండాలి. Down, down. Now turn your head left side. Slowly raise your left leg. Drishti on your left foot. Down. Straight your head. Both legs join and up. అలా నేల మీదనే గదవ నేల మీదనే ఆంచి ఉంచండి, కొంచెం సపోర్ట్ దొరుకుతుంది. ఇంకొంచెం పాదాలు పైకి లేస్తాయి. ఫోల్డ్ చేయొద్దు ప్రణీత్ గారు, ఫోల్డ్ అవుతున్నాయి. మోకాలు ఫోల్డ్ అవుతున్నాయి, ఫోల్డ్ చేయకుండా పైకి ఎత్తండి. ఓకే, రిలాక్స్ డౌన్. వెరీ గుడ్, చాలా అద్భుతం. వెరీ గుడ్. డౌన్. రిలాక్స్. రిలాక్సింగ్ శవాసన, సారీ మకరాసన. ధనురాసన. Hold your both legs. Catch your ankles. నెమ్మదిగా గాలి తీసుకుంటూ పైకి, వెనక్కి కాళ్ళను వెనక్కి లాగండి అంతే. ఇంకా థైస్ కూడా పైకి లేవాలి. ఓన్లీ స్టమక్ మీదనే మీ మొత్తం టోటల్ బ్యాలెన్స్ ఉండాలి. ఓకే, రిలాక్స్. మళ్ళీ ఒకసారి చేద్దాం. Fold your legs, then catch your ankles. Up. Relax. నెమ్మదిగా వదిలేండి పాదాల్ని. రిలాక్స్ అండ్ మకరాసన. Come to Shavasana. Come out from Shavasana. Hold your right leg. Turn right. Up. Now. Janu Shirshasana. Set your both legs. Hold your left leg. Place your left foot to right thigh. Inhale and raise your hands. While exhaling, catch the foot. ఒకవేళ పాదం అందకపోయినట్లయితే మోకాళ్ళనైనా పట్టుకోండి, ఎక్కడ అందుతే అక్కడ దగ్గర పట్టించుకోండి. Inhale and raise your head. Exhale, down, down. ఎంత సాధ్యమైతే అంత మోకాలు బెండ్ చేయకుండా చేయాలి. ఓకే, ఇన్హేల్ అండ్ రేజ్ యువర్ హెడ్. Exhale. Inhale and raise your hands. Exhale, down. Stretch your left leg. Hold your right leg. Inhale and raise your hands. Exhale, down and catch the foot. Inhale and raise your head. Exhale, down, down. ఎంత సాధ్యమైనంత. Inhale and raise your head. Exhale there. Inhale and raise your hands. Exhale, down. Now stretch your right leg. Inhale and raise your hands. Exhale, down, and catch the toes. Inhale and raise your head. Exhale, down to the knees. Your forehead near to the knees or down to the knees. Inhale and raise your head. Exhale there. Inhale and raise your hands. Exhale. Now Countrasana, Purvottanasana. దండాసనలో నుంచి కొద్దిగా ఒక 4 inches వెనక్కి తీసుకెళ్ళండి. Now join your legs. Raise your hip up. కాళ్ళు స్ట్రైట్ గా ఉండాలి. పాదాలు నేల మీద ఆంచే విధంగా ప్రయత్నం చేయండి. డౌన్. మళ్ళీ ఒకసారి చేయండి. అప్. తలను వెనక్కి వాల్ చేయండి. వెరీ గుడ్. డౌన్. రిలాక్స్. నరిష్. Okay. Now, Titili Asana. Namaste, sir.
నమస్కారం అండి.
Titili Asana. Shall we continue the next session, sir?
Yeah, please continue until 7:30 or something is when Sriramji will come.
At your time, 7:30.
So in another 9-10 minutes.
Oh.
Finish your practice. Yeah.
శ్రీరామ్జీ గారు వచ్చే ముందు బాబుజీ ఒక స్వాగత గీతం పాడతారు సార్.
Okay, sounds good. Actually, when he comes, I'll let you know, and then we'll introduce him. I'll introduce him, and then Bapuji can sing a song. Yeah.
Okay. Let's do pranayama. Sit in Vajrasana. Chai pranayama. లెట్స్ డు భ్రామరి ప్రాణాయామ. వన్ మోర్ థింగ్, ఈ భ్రామరి ప్రాణాయామ చేసేటప్పుడు ఖచ్చితంగా ఒక విషయాన్ని గుర్తుపెట్టుకోవాలి, మీ నెయిల్స్ కంపల్సరీ ట్రిమ్ చేయాలి. లేదంటే మీరు చక్కను వెంటనే పెట్టేసేటప్పుడు కొంచెం రప్చర్ అయ్యి ఇబ్బంది అయ్యే పరిస్థితి ఉంటుంది. కాబట్టి కంపల్సరీ నెయిల్స్ ట్రిమ్ చేసుకొని పెట్టుకోండి. అదొకటి నేను చెప్పడం అదైంది. ఓకే, రైట్. లెట్స్ డు సుఖ ప్రాణాయామ. ఎడమ చేయి నాభి దగ్గర పెట్టుకోండి, కుడి చేతితో చేద్దాం. నెమ్మదిగా పూర్తిగా ద్వారా శబ్దం లేకుండా వదిలేయండి. నెమ్మదిగా పూర్తిగా ముక్కు ద్వారా శబ్దం లేకుండా తీసుకోండి. ఎడమ ముక్కు రంధ్రం ద్వారా పూర్తిగా గాలి వదిలేసిన తర్వాత కపాలభాతి చేద్దాం. రెండు అరచేతులు మోకాళ్ళ మీద పెట్టేసుకోండి, కళ్ళు మూసుకొని స్టాప్. మళ్ళీ ఒకసారి शीतली शीतकारी చేద్దా
Okay, namaste. I think we have. చెప్పండి ఇవాళ సాధన అయిపోయిందా?
సాధన వాళ్ళకి సాధన అయిపోయింది సార్. లెట్స్ టు ఇన్వైట్ అవర్ శ్రీరామ్జీ సార్ విత్ ఏ బ్యూటిఫుల్ సాంగ్ బై సదానంద బాబు.
అందరికీ నమస్కారం. I'm so delighted and joyous to introduce my guru, Shriram Sarvottam ji. Shriram Sarvottam ji, ivala manatoti. Shriram ji, are you there?
Yes, I'm here, Srini ji.
Namaste. I'm going to speak.
Namaste.
I'm going to intermittently use a little bit of Telugu and English. So this is an introductory. So andarki, this is Shriram ji. He is my guru, and whatever some knowledge that I shared about Patanjali Yoga Sutras, everything I've received it as a blessing from Shriram ji. And for many of you that may not know this, but for about year and a half, my early day morning Suprabhat used to start with Shriram ji's Yoga Sutra lecture. Every time I listened to it, I would find new layers of meaning. And my journey with Shriram ji started roughly about 3 years ago. And Shriram ji is so well versed with Bhagavad Gita, Yoga Sutras, and many of the Vedanta scriptures. And he has been practicing yoga from the age of 12. And we both used to work at Apple together. Now Shriram ji works for Tesla. And in fact, I'm so blessed to have been how to find Shriram ji as my guru. So today Shriram ji is going to share his wisdom on some of his Yoga Sutra insights or yoga insights on meditation, dhyanam, din gurinchani. But Shriram ji, before we begin, I would like you to meet our teacher Vamshi sir, who has been conducting this yoga camp. And if you remember last year when I did some yoga programs in some government schools, and Vamshi sir was the teacher that went to different government schools and we taught about 250 kids. And then Vamshi sir's guru is also here, who is also another partner of our yoga teacher. We fondly refer to him as Bapuji. His name is Sadanandam sir. And he's very gifted in music. And he writes songs and in Telugu about the yoga philosophy. I mean, when I listened to some of those songs and I was blown away. So apparently he wrote a nice song that he would want to present to you. So let's begin with Sadanandam sir. Sadanandam, Bapuji.
Thank you, sir. Guru Gariki pranamam. Guru Gariki swagatam paluktu. Avo Gurudeva दर्शन दीजो तुम हो जगत विदाता, तुम हो जगत विदाता। आओ गुरुदेवा दर्शन दीजो तुम हो जगत विदाता, तुम हो जगत विदाता। तुम्ही हो ब्रह्मा, तुम्ही हो विष्णु, तुम हो शंकर रूपा। तुम ही हो ब्रह्मा, तुम ही हो विष्णु, तुम हो शंकर रूपा। आओ गुरुदेवा दर्शन दीजो, तुम हो जगत विदाता, तुम हो जगत विदाता। सृष्टि स्थिति लय स्वरूप तुम हो, तुम हो अनादि रूपा। सृष्टि स्थिति लय स्वरूप तुम हो, तुम हो अनादि रूपा। अज्ञान नाशक शरणु संरक्षक, अज्ञान नाशक शरणु संरक्षक, आत्मज्ञान प्रदाता। अव गुरुदेवा दर्शन दीजो, तुम हो जगत विदाता, तुम हो जगत विदाता। थैंक यू सर, जय गुरुदेव।
Sadananda ji, chala bagundi. Sriram ji, all yours. Bless us with your knowledge insights.
Thank you so much. It is such a pleasure and delight to be with all of you. And thank you for the very wonderful rendition, Sadananda ji. That was so beautiful, very nicely rendered. Next time when I'm in India, maybe we should play music together. I'm also a musician, so maybe we should create music together as well.
So that's a deal. You're gonna come to Warangal with me.
Yes, let's make a visit, Sriniji. Yes.
So pleasure, sir.
So thank you all, and thank you so much, Sriniji, for allowing me to be a part of this beautiful program that you have organized. And so let me begin with a very short invocation, a meditation chant, Dhyana Shloka, on Maharishi Patanjali. Perhaps you have heard this before. I will just sing that Maharishi Patanjali's Dhyana Shloka. यस्त्यक्त्वा रूपमाद्यं प्रभवति जगतः अनेकदा अनुग्रहाय, प्रक्षीणक्लेशराशिः विषमविषधरः अनेकवक्त्रः सुभोगी, सर्वज्ञानप्रसूतिः भुजगपरिकरः प्रीतये यस्य नित्यम्, देवो हीशः सवोऽव्यात् सितविमलतनुः योगदो योगयुक्तः, योगेन चित्तस्य पदेन वाचाम् मलं शरीरस्य च वैद्यकेन, योपाकरोत्तं प्रवरं मुनीनां, पतञ्जलिं प्राञ्जलिरानतोऽस्मि। आबाहुपुरुषाकारं शङ्खचक्रासिधारिणं सहस्रशिरसं श्वेतं प्रणमामि पतञ्जलिं। श्रीमते अनन्ताय नागराजाय नमो नमः। अस्मदाचार्येभ्यः सर्वेभ्यो नमो नमः। ओम। Thank you. So in this prayer, if you noticed, one of the lines is yogena chittasya. That means yoga for the mind. Yoga is for the mind. But most people, especially outside of India, especially in America, many people think that yoga is asanas, only for the body. But Patanjali says in the Yoga Sutras that yoga chitta vritti nirodha. I'm sure you have seen the definition of yoga. So yoga is for the mind. Yogena chittasya. Yoga is for the mind. And the reason why we do all these asanas and the practices for the body and the breathing, the pranayama, and all the 8 limbs of Ashtanga Yoga is to bring tranquility, mental peace, equilibrium, so that the mind is calm. So that is the goal of yoga. And I'm sure all of us know that. You all know that, right? Yoga is for the mind. And we do all the postures because we need the cooperation of the body. So if the body is not fit, when we sit to quiet the mind in meditation, if the body is not feeling good, if we notice discomfort or pain in the body, then we cannot sit with calm mind. So we need the assistance or the cooperation of the body. So that's why we do all these asanas. But the primary goal is always the mind. So whenever we do the asanas, whenever we do the pranayama, the goal should always be to quiet the mind. So when we do the asanas, for example, our mind should be focused on the asanas, not being distracted, not watching TV or not listening to some music when we do the asanas, because yoga also means to unite, to bring together in union or harmony. So when we do these practices, the mind should also be with the practice. I hope I'm clear. I'm audible. You can hear?
Yes. Yes, Sriram.
Okay. So because we just started a new year, I would like to speak on one of the sutras that may be very helpful during this time of the year, because on New Year's time, many of us take some resolutions, right? On January 1st, we make the decision, okay, every day I'm going to exercise, or every day I'm going to do yoga. And sometime during the year, we forget that. And we again wait for the next year before we set those resolves or the resolutions again. So it keeps happening every year. We are not very strong in our resolve. So Patanjali, in the very first sutra, anybody knows? Here's the quiz question. Who knows the first sutra of Patanjali?
Hatha Yoganushasana.
Yes, thank you. So Atha Yoga Anushasanam, Atha Yoga Anushasanam. So the way my teacher used to explain the sutra is Shasanam means rules or discipline, rules. So every day I'm going to wake up early and do my yoga sadhana. So that is a rule, a discipline. Anu Shasanam means self-discipline. That means it is not a rule or regulation given by a king or by our teacher. It is a rule that we impose on ourselves. You see, it is a self-discipline. I see the value of doing asanas, so I am going to do the practice myself. It is for me I am doing. So it is a rule that we put for ourselves. It is not somebody else that is giving us the rule. You have to do it. No, it is not our teacher. It is not our guru. It is not our parents. It is, I see the value of it. So I am going to do this discipline. That is the Anushasana. So Patanjali talks about yoga as a self-inspired discipline. Self-inspired discipline. Now, in order to keep up with this discipline, it requires some mental strength, right? In order to follow what we have set for ourselves, it requires some mental strength. So Patanjali has looked into the tendencies of the mind, and he has given many insights in the Yoga Sutras. And one of Patanjali Yoga Sutras commentary, or one of the insights that we see in sage Vyasa, Maharishi Vyasa, who wrote a bhashya or a commentary on the Yoga Sutras, he says there are 5 types of the mind. 5 types of mind. So the first type is Muda. Muda means the mind is caught up in Tamoguna. The mind is very dull. That is the first type of mind. Second type of mind is Kshipta. Kshipta means the mind is turbulent. It is always in conflict. It is in Rajoguna. It is caught up in Rajoguna, Rajas. And then the third type of mind is Vikshipta. Vikshipta means the mind sometimes is dull in Tamas, sometimes it's in Rajas, and sometimes it's very clear, Sattva. So it keeps changing. The mind keeps changing. It gets distracted all the time. Sattva, Rajas, Tamas, it keeps on flowing from one to the other. You see what I'm saying, right? So in Vikshipta, the mind keeps changing. And then the last two stages are yogic states. The fourth state is called Ekagra, means mind is one-pointed. It is a yogic state. It's a very powerful state of the mind. And then the fifth state is called Niruddha. Niruddha means silent mind. The mind is quiet. So Chitta Vritti Nirodha, where Patanjali says, when the mind is tranquil, that is yoga, that is the Niruddha state that sage Vyasa talks about. Is clear so far? So Vyasa also says, yoga, all these disciplines described in the Yoga Sutras are for the third type of people, namely Vikshipta. Vikshipta, when the mind is moving from one state to another, from Sattva, Rajas, Tamas, it keeps moving. You see? So when the mind is very clear, for example, when we wake up on New Year, on January 1st, the mind is so clear and it says, oh, I will do the practice of yoga every day. I want to live a life of goodness. I want to be good to myself and good to others. I want to be very kind. I want to be truthful. I want to be friendly to everybody. So we set all these very divine intentions, right? Very virtuous intentions on January 1st. The mind is in Sattva. I want to be a very good person. That's what the mind says. But then by the time we come to January 8th, right? It's exactly 1 week from the New Year. The mind has changed. Sometimes we forget our New Year's resolution. So on January 1st, we said, I'm going to wake up at 4 a.m. in the morning to do my yoga. And then by the time we come to January 8th, we set the alarm at 4 a.m., but then we would like to sleep for 5 more minutes. But then we wake up only at 8 o'clock, right? And then we forget about yoga. So the mind is now in Rajas, or it is very dull in Tamas. So it keeps changing, you see? So Anushasanam, what Patanjali says as Anushasanam is all those intentions that we have during the Sattvic state, those decisions that we took when our mind is in Sattva, when we took our New Year's resolution, the discipline to follow through with that, even when the mind is in Rajas or Tamas. The willingness to follow our resolve, whatever is the state of the mind. The mind says, no, I want to be lazy. Don't drag me out of the bed. That's what the mind says. But then with that inner strength, we jump out of the bed and jump into the yoga mat at 4 a.m. with a big smile on the face. Oh, I am going to do yoga now. I'm so happy to do yoga. So that is Anushasanam. That is what is called Anushasanam, self-discipline. We keep up with the discipline, whatever happens to the state of the mind, because that is the resolve we took when the mind was in Sattva. So that is Anushasanam. And then in order to strengthen the mind, in the Ashtanga Yoga, I'm sure you have heard about the 8 limbs of yoga, Ashtanga Yoga. Sriniji, I'm sure, has covered the 8 limbs of yoga. So the last 3 limbs are for the mind: Dharana, Dhyana, and Samadhi. Dharana, Dhyana, and Samadhi are for the mind. So those practices help the mind to become strong so that the Anushasanam, the self-discipline, can be very easy. So what are the 3 disciplines? One is the discipline of focus, Dharana. Dharana means to hold. Desha bandhas chittasya dharana, Patanjali says in the Yoga Sutras. Desha bandhas chittasya dharana. Desha means a place or a location. Bandha means to hold or to lock. So desha bandha, to lock in a specific place. Chittasya, chitta, the mind. to lock the awareness to a specific point is dharana. So that is dharana. And there are practices for that. And then dhyana, Patanjali defines dhyana as tatra pratyaya ekatanata dhyanam. Tatra pratyaya. Pratyaya means the chitta vrittis, the activities of the mind. Tatra pratyaya ekatanata. Ekatanata means a single flow. Single flow. When the activities of the mind are flowing in the same direction. It is like when you pour oil, you see a thin flow of oil, a thin thread of oil. It is not like opening a tap, you see a gushing flow of water. It's not like that. A thin thread of oil. And when you look at it from a distance, you see just the thread. You don't see the flow of oil. You see? So that is dhyana. The mind is flowing like that. That is dhyanam. And then samadhi. Tadeva arthamatra nirbhasam swarupa shunyameva samadhi, Patanjali says. That means when the mind is flowing to that object and only that object alone shines, we are so engrossed in it that we forget ourselves. We forget what is my name. We forget about the body, where I am. So when we read something or when we watch a movie, we forget about everything, right? We are so one with the movie. So that is actually experience of samadhi. Watching a movie can take us to samadhi. But then it is not an active samadhi because we are just passively witnessing it. In yoga, we actively create that samadhi experience. So that absorption where we are so engrossed in what we are doing, that is samadhi. And when all three happen, when our mind is fit for all three, dharana, dhyana, and samadhi, this is called samyama. Samyama, this powerful state of mind is called samyama. So I wanted to mention this because yoga is primarily for the mind. And especially during the new year, it is good to remember this because when we take our New Year's resolution, we need a strong mind in order to keep our practice going. And after this workshop, for example, you have a choice to make to do the practices every day. So this will help us keep that resolve because whatever the resolve we take, we implement it every day. And every new year, when I learned from my guru, I learned from my guru for 14 years in Chennai, India. In Chennai, his name was Yogacharya Subramanian. I learned from him for 14 years. And every new year, he used to give us insights on the Patanjali Yoga Sutras. He used to give us a talk, and he always used to say this wisdom. He said, make it a commitment, make it an anushasanam, a self-discipline, to do 5 random acts of kindness every day. You see, 5, at least 5 acts of kindness. Be kind to somebody 5 times every day. It can be to somebody in our family or our friends or somebody who have not seen before, stranger, anybody. Just be kind at least 5 times a day. Make that your practice. He used to say, make that your anushasanam, make that your self-inspired discipline. So when we have a long list of New Year's resolution, also stick this in, this 5 random acts of kindness. Let it also be a part of your New Year's resolution. So Sriniji, would you like to add anything? And also I would like to mention, Sriniji mentioned that I am his teacher. No, I'm also a student. I'm still continuing to learn yoga. We are all learning together. So it's a very joyful and very happy experience learning yoga together. Over to you, Sriniji, if you would like to share and add to whatever I said.
I think, Sriramji, thank you so much for sharing the blessings. Every time I listen to you, I learn new things. And perhaps I never latched on to these 5 states of mind and the Muda, Chipta, Vikshipta, and Ekagra, and the Samadhana or the silent the full silent mind, or the mind. And the way you explained the Vikshupta brain, like I was froze and I was just visualizing how Srini's minds, flows seamlessly from tamas to rajas to sometimes sattva. But that it's so wonderful. And one of the things that Sriramji, I would love for you to explore, which is what happens when the mind becomes so still, the acts that are born out of that. What's the power of those thoughts? Otherwise, what are the types of activities? Because that is something that we trivialize the value of our mind. So if you could shed some light on that, that would be fantastic.
Yes, that's a very important thing, because many people, when we say that we have to quiet the mind should be tranquil, serene, very quiet. Many people think that it will make the mind lazy, right? A quiet mind, people think that it's a lazy mind, but it's not like that at all. A quiet mind is a clear mind. So when we look at an analogy or an example, if you look at a lake with water, if the water is very silent, no waves in the water, no ripples on the surface of the water, when the water is pure water, and it is very quiet, very tranquil surface of the water, you can see the depth of the water, right? You can see all the way down. So like that, when the mind is totally clear in meditation, it connects us with the depth of our self, the Purusha. Patanjali uses many names for that. One of the names is Purusha. Purasya Ishaha iti Purushaha. That means the indweller of the city called the body. Pura means city. And so this body is like a city, and the person who is sitting in that city is the Purusha. So when we practice meditation, when the mind is so quiet and calm, we are able to abide in, we are able to repose in the self, the Purusha. And when we are in touch with ourself, we become very active, because the self, according to Patanjali, is very dynamic. He calls it Prakasha. Prakasha means it is luminous, like the sun. It is very bright. It is very bright. So the self is very bright. So it wants to express itself. Like the sun is so bright, you can see it from so far away. So like that, the self wants to express itself. So when we are in touch in meditation, we are inspired to do things. We are inspired to serve others. We are inspired to share our happiness with others. It happens automatically. And in the Yoga Sutras, Patanjali says, there is one sutra, very beautiful sutra, in the 4th chapter of the Yoga Sutras. He says, Tatra dhyanajam anashayam. Tatra dhyanajam anashayam. Dhyana is meditation, quiet mind. Jama means to be born out of. So all the thoughts that arise from meditation, that are born from a meditative state, you see, all the thoughts that spring up from the meditative state, they are all good thoughts. And Patanjali calls them anashayam. Anashayam means they will never create karma bandha. They will never create trouble for you in the future. It will always uplift you and others. It will always give freedom to you. It will not create bondage. It will not create karma bandha. It will create what is called apavarga. Apavarga means it will create more freedom to you. So any thought that arises from dhyana, from meditation, will always be good. And the opposite of dhyana jama is called klesha jama. Klesha means misery, when the mind is sad or troubled state of mind. That is klesha. Klesha jama means those thoughts that are born out of unhappiness or misery. So klesha jama thoughts, they always gives rise to karma shaya. That means it will create more karma in the future. It will create more bondage in the future. Unpleasant consequences in the future will happen when we act on our thoughts from misery, from klesha. So the opposite of that is what Patanjali says in the fourth chapter, Tatra Dhyanajam Anashayam. Those thoughts that arise from a tranquil, a very clear state of mind, meditative state of mind, is always good. It will not create karma for you. It will always free you. You will always feel good. And that is one of the reasons to practice meditation every day. Because meditation is not just sitting with eyes closed and escape all our responsibilities and duties. It is not like escape. Meditation connects our mind with the self. It's like the lake becoming silent. So you can see the depth of that lake. And when we connect with ourselves, that inner exuberance, that inner light will start shining, and that will create thoughts that will inspire us towards action, which do not create karma bandhas, which do not cause trouble for us into the future. Now, here is a question for all of us. How many of us want to be good people, friendly, kind, compassionate, without anger, non-violence, like ahimsa? How many of us want to be like that? I hope everybody, right? Although I don't see everyone raising their hands, I do hope that all of us would like to be examples of that. And I'm sure you are, because otherwise we will not be doing yoga. We will not be drawn towards yoga. So all of us want to be like that, very good, very kind to people, very friendly to everybody, and uplift others. We all want to be like that. But have you noticed that many times we demonstrate the opposite, right? Sometimes we become angry and yell at people, especially to those people who are very close to us, or near and dear ones, to our family and friends. We give them a big, generous dose of anger. Maybe it has happened many times, right? We want to be kind people, but we demonstrate the opposite many times. Why does that happen? It happens because, yeah.
Telugu that we says like మనం కోపంగా ఏమైనా చూపించాలంటే మనతో ప్రేమగా ఉన్న మన చుట్టుపక్కల వాళ్ళ మీద ఎక్కువ కోపం చూపిస్తాం. And then we love people that are far away from us, right? So this is so tricky part of how we act. We exhibit all our anger or all the negative emotions for the people that we love in our family. Generous dose. Yeah, please.
That's so true. For strangers, some people who have not seen before, when we see them on the street, maybe we give them a smile, hi. But to our near and dear ones, we give them very copious amounts of anger and frustration. But what Patanjali says is why that happens. We want to be good people, kind people. The reason why we do the opposite is because in that moment, we are not connected to the self. We forget that we want to be kind. Or for example, as a student, when we start our semester or when we start our next term in college, we want to do good in our studies. We want to do good. Oh, I want to be a very good student and get very good marks. But then sometime during the semester, sometime during the term, we forget that and we become lazy. Sometimes it has happened, right? So the reason why that happens is because we are no longer in touch with that self. We forget the resolution that we took because the mind is so turbulent. So when we practice meditation every day, when the mind is very clear, then we are connected with ourselves. We never forget our insights. We never forget our values. The value that I want to be kind. I want to excel in my studies, or I want to excel in my work. So we are connected with those core values all the time when we practice meditation. So when we come out of meditation, we become very good people. So before meditation, the mind is very agitated, very tense, miserable perhaps. And after meditation, the mind transforms, the mind changes. Patanjali in the Yoga Sutras, he calls them parinama. Parinama means change or transformation. The mind changes during meditation. And suddenly we become very kind and very compassionate and very good students or good people. In fact, I remember once when I was traveling to teach yoga, one day the mother in the house, so she was not in a very good mood. So her 10-year-old son, he told his mother, "Mother, looks like you're angry at me. So please go and meditate. I'll talk to you later." So he knows that after meditation, she will become a very good person. So that goodness is already there. It's within. The self, the Purusha is always good, is what Patanjali says. In fact, the Purusha, the self, has 4 qualities: Nitya, Shuchi, Sukha, Atma. Nitya means it is established eternally. It is always there, Nitya. Shuchi means it is pure. And then Sukha, it is always happy. And then Atma. Atma means it is indestructible. It is always there. It cannot be destroyed. It cannot be cut. So meditation puts us in touch with that space, that we are always happy and we always share that happiness with others. And one of my teachers, he expresses this truth very beautifully. He says, after meditation, you start expressing happiness. Before meditation, we were expecting happiness. You see the difference? Before meditation, we were not happy. So we were expecting happiness. Whatever we do, I want happiness from that object, we try to grab from different places. But after meditation, we become happy because the happiness is from here, from within. So when we become happy, whatever we do, we express, we share that happiness with others.
Yep. And Sriramji, if I may add one thing that you shared with us is the actions that are born out of that state of happiness also result in excellence. And that's what Samyama results. So that means, if we could somehow empower this technique of meditation, dharana, dhyana, and samadhi to the youth, then there is nothing that they cannot conquer. Because that is the secret to excellence in what all their pursuits, because they're born out of the limitless power of the self, the joy and like the sun, you have so much power, so you can conquer anything. It's only when you are limited by this conditioned mind, then that's when you doubt yourself or you're trying to do all these things. But like the one that you said, samyama is the secret to unlock excellence in every pursuit. And sometimes we see that with Sachin Tendulkar or some of these accomplished people, because they are one-pointed focus and they're in that meditative state and they lose their own identity. And for them, this only the game becomes their identity. So that
That's very well said. Yes.
Yep.
Yes, thank you, Sriniji. In fact, Patanjali says the same thing. If you read the 3rd chapter of the Yoga Sutra, it is all about siddhis. Siddhis is powers, yogic powers and excellence, how to be an excellent person in any activity. And Patanjali says in that chapter, to be excellent in any activity, you need only one skill. It is like one key can open all the doors. It's like a master key. And that one skill is samyama. So if we practice samyama, if we allow the mind to enter samyama at will, so the mind listens to you. If you tell the mind, go to samyama, and it will listen to you, then whatever we do will become excellent. If we study, we will do a good job at it. If we are doing our work, we become excellent. If we become a sportsman, like what Sriniji said, if you play cricket, you'll become an excellent cricketer. Or if you sing, if you are a musician, you'll become an excellent musician. But for all this, there's only one skill that is needed, according to Patanjali. And that one skill is samyama. And what is samyama? Samyama is 3 things: concentration, that is dharana. The mind is one pointed, and then dhyana, which is the mind is silent. Mind is silent. And the third is samadhi. That means the mind is engrossed in what it is doing. So all three, when it happens at the same time, that is samyama.
Sriramji, thank you so much for your wonderful insights, and all of you, thank you for sharing my joy, my excitement listening to Sriramji always. And it's my promise that someday I'm gonna have Sriramji and his wife Ekaji, and I'll send you both a picture of Sriramji or Ekaji. Both of them are dedicated their lives to the mission of yoga. And I have some beautiful pictures. In fact, and I also had one of the greatest fortune to perform a yoga dance with both of them on stage. So, and we will come and visit all of us in Warangal, and we will share the joy of yoga. So, Namaste Sriramji. Anybody has any questions?
Thank you.
Otherwise, we will wrap up the session. Vamshi Garu, do you want to say anything to Sriramji?
Thank you very much, Sriramji sir. Such a great lines. We learn from you, sir. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you very much.
I know we spend a little bit more, but Sriramji, as always, and it's you made a promise that you'll come to Warangal with us. So let's fulfill that, and then with that wonderful intention, Vamshi Garu, we can wrap up today's session.
Okay, sir. Thank you very much. ఆ రోజు కోసం మేము ఎదురు చూస్తూ ఉంటాం సార్. మీ అందరితోటి సాధన చేసే రోజు కోసం. ఓకే, let's do meditate, sir, for 5 minutes.
Or we can just do the prayer. It's okay. It's up to you.
Sir?
It's up to you. We can just do the prayer and wrap up, or if you want to, because we are also exceeded the time. Time
Okay.
kada.
Okay, sir. We will do prayer. Asato ma sadgamaya, tamaso ma jyotirgamaya, mrityurma mrutangamaya. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Jai Gurudev. Thank you very much, sir.
Namaskaram. Tomorrow is the last day. We'll conclude tomorrow. Yeah.
Okay, sir.
Thank you.
Yep.
Okay.